what is your New Year's resolution this year? Do you think you'll accomplish that goal? Did you last year? Maybe you've set a lofty goal on January 1st and you were crushing it. And then by mid-February, you've given up and forgotten. Or maybe you didn't even bother setting one because by years past and your own experience, you know that you can't get it done anyway. Well, I'm here to tell you you're wrong. Have you struggled with accomplishing the same goals year after year and you're left feeling like a failure? This year can be different. Together, we'll walk through what's keeping us back and try different strategies for becoming the people we want to be. I've seen many people on social media talk about goals, write them down in pretty notebooks, but I've hardly ever seen anyone showing the day-to-day effort that it takes to make it happen. Well, what do you have to lose? Come along on this journey with me. I believe in me, and I believe in you. I believe we can do it. Now, let me show you what my goal planning looks like. I will show you what I have for this month. My tip number 1 would be to not plan for the whole year ahead. A year is a very long time, and for many reasons, it's very, very hard for us to imagine ourselves down the road doing these things. But also having a list and a whole year to get that list accomplished makes us feel like we have time. So why do it now when we can do it later? So for my own planning, even if I have longer term goals, I'll break those down into something where I can see the end result pretty soon and have the satisfaction of getting to that point without getting discouraged. So let me show you what I'm going to be doing for the month of January. And the things that I have planned for January are sort of extrapolated from what my longer term goals are. So maybe, in other words, they're a little step of the goal that I'm trying to get to, the bigger goal at the end of the year or whenever that deadline would be. All right, so here we are on our blank sheet of paper. I'm going to write down the few things that I want to accomplish in January. I'm going to use a little post-it notes because I want to be able to move this around from my calendar to my notebook. First things first, we're going to do the classic old popular lose some weight. And I'm not saying that the number on this scale is the best indicator of health. Obviously, it is not. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, daily videos in January showing you how I'm actually getting these goals done. The nitty-gritty, the hard work, the success and the failure, the obstacles and how I overcome them. And that way you can come on the journey with me and join me and work alongside me on your own goals. Another goal that I have for the month is getting my bedroom furnished. My bedroom has been full of packed boxes since a flood event that I had here a couple years ago, and just kind of things got moved around and the bedroom became the place where everything got dumped. So not only do I not have real bedroom furniture, I have boxes full of stuff from different rooms, along with clothes and all the junk that needs to be gone through. Next, I have another goal. And this goal also is going to, like I said before, tie into bigger goals, bigger long-term goals. I need to figure out my health insurance for this year. My final goal for the month is going to be for me to transfer my 401k. So the next thing I'm going to do with these goals, I'm going to make little notes about steps or smaller sub goals for each one of these, or habits, or, I'm going to break them down into smaller bites. So I know what it is exactly that I need to do to make that goal happen by the end of the month. So for example, for losing 5 pounds, I'm going to do just the basics. Drinking water, meal plan, because, the worst thing is when you're hungry and you have no plan and you're grabbing fast food. Meal prep for success. And then I am going to move my body on a regular basis. I'm just going to move my body. And guess what? That's more than I've been doing so far. Now, let's see. For the daily videos, well, they don't have that many special steps. I'm going to do the rep. Record a video. I have to edit the video and I have to post the video. For my bedroom, it's going to be a big project and already feels overwhelming, but I know it's going to move me forward in a positive way and it's going to have a good impact on my life. Organize the non-clothing items that don't necessarily belong in the bedroom, but are just there in boxes. And then I'm going to review and declutter my clothes. Organize the clothes that we have left at the end of that. And now for the furnishing part of furnishing the bedroom, I am going to check Marketplace daily to see if I can find something that I want, because I kind of have a pretty unusual idea, a non-popular idea of what I want for my bedroom furniture. So I'm hoping to find something on Marketplace. And also throughout the month of January, I'm going to check 3 furniture stores to see if I can find what I'm looking for. Okay, and here you can see that I'm being pretty specific with these goals because I want to know when I'm actually getting them accomplished. And ideally, I'd be even more specific with some of them, but they might need, little subpoints on there, and I can break that down at some point. Now, for figuring out my health insurance, this has a lot of unknown steps. First and only step that I have for now is going to be reviewing my mail, seeing the mail that came regarding that, reading through that, and then figuring out the next step from there. For my 401k that needs to get transferred, I need to find a financial advisor, and I'm going to schedule an appointment. Now, I'm not trying to be perfect here. I'm just giving you an idea of how I plan for my goals for this month. Now, on top of this, there are some daily habits or routines that I want to maintain, and those are important to me because I feel like they will help me generally with my day-to-day life, but also they will impact some of these goals here as well. This is going to be very, very simple, nothing, extraordinary, just something that helps me not forget what else is important in life. So I'm just going to add a little post-it here, and I'm going to do some daily stuff. Remember to have that water. Have a better habit of flossing. Need to take my vitamins. Also on here, I'm going to put move because that is something I want to be able to do on a daily basis. Again, I'm not saying workout. I'm not saying run. I'm not limiting myself. Just move. Some days it's going to be a class at the gym. Some days it's going to be a hike. Some days it's going to be a 5-minute stretching session. Try and develop those daily habits, those good daily habits that are going to support my goals and help me get to achieving them. Now, as I mentioned before, we are looking at a month. We're breaking down the year and looking at picking steps of goals or goals that are just going to get accomplished this month. Now, to help me further, what I'm going to do is I'm going to break the month down into what I need to do on a week-by-week basis, because sometimes it's overwhelming to have so many things. And where do you start? When do you start? I think that's a problem that a lot of people face. That the first day they go all in, they kill themselves for day 2, 3. And then that's not sustainable and they get burnt out, or, they just wreck themselves because they're going hard at the gym and they're in pain and they can't do it. And, suddenly you're like, oh, I can't do this. This is too much. This isn't worth it. This is not what I had in mind. Forget it. Like, I want to do other things in life. So for me, it's important to kind of break these down and spread them out over the month so they're a little more digestible and achievable for me. So I'm just gonna flip to a fresh page because nothing like a fresh page. And again, I'm gonna use a little post-it note for this because I am gonna be possibly moving this around to my calendar and showing you throughout the month, like referencing this. Week 1 is a short week. It's got only 4 days. Also, it's going to be a crazy week because we're coming off a holiday, New Year's Day. Families in town, things are still happening. We're just still recovering from the holidays and trying to get back into some kind of normalcy and into our regular schedule. So we're not going to I'm not going to overwhelm myself here. I'm not going to plan anything crazy. I'm just going to kind of ease in baby steps, little tiny baby steps, ease into this. Obviously for one, I'm going to record for plan to have one healthy meal a day. Pack some fruits and snacks for work. 15 minutes walk or stretch. And then I am going to finish a full water bottle daily. And I am going to tackle one project that's going to work towards getting my bedroom done. I have a bin of papers where mail, bills, and things like that, once they've been looked at, go. There's also some shredding there and probably some miscellaneous stuff, some receipts or whatever. So I have that paper bin and I'm going to review and organize that paper bin. That's my big project, I guess. None of these other things really require much of me, but the healthier eating does require some attention when I'm grocery shopping. So I am going to buy, let's start a shopping list. And I would like some lettuce. And I'm going to get some salad mix because I want to keep it really easy. And I need some almond milk. So that's going to be week 1. That's going to start tomorrow. I have a plan, what I want to get done this week. I have some things that I need to prep for that to make that successful. So I have little grocery shopping lists. Plan for today is going to be think about what it is that you want to get done. What are some goals that you want to accomplish? Whether you're looking at year-long goals or long-term goals, break those down. Pick those that can be done in a month. If you want to do that, pick 1 or 2, or take a big goal, break it down into some steps, into what you can get done this month to make progress on that particular goal. And let's just focus on the month of January. And then once you have that narrowed down, and again, don't overwhelm yourself. If you've never been able to get things done, don't plan 10 goals. Don't go crazy. Don't set yourself up for failure. Set yourself up for success. If there's something really important that you want to work on, just do that one thing. Choose the one thing that's really going to make a difference. If you have a list of goals and there are 10 things on that list that you are trying to accomplish, or there are 20 things on your yearly resolutions or goals or something, that's way too many. Look at that. Look at all those things. First, make sure if there are things from the past year or so, just make sure that those things are still things you want. Are they still relevant? Are you still looking to get that accomplished? Does that still make sense for you? Don't do things just to do things. Make sure that those things are important for you. And then add whatever it is. New things may have come up. Add the things that are important to you now. Review that list. Inventory it. Cross things out. Grab a clean piece of paper. Rewrite the things that are really important to you. Things that you want to get done. Short term, long term. Things that are going to make a difference in your life. A positive difference. And you know what? If you come up with a long list of things, it's fine. Just look at that list. Look at those things and pick, put little numbers. Number it 1 to whatever the number of things are. 1 being the most important thing. If you got that number 1 most important thing done, it will make the biggest difference in your life. Do that. What's the first? What's the second? What's the third most important thing? And that's important because sometimes we make ourselves busy with things that are really not making a big difference for us. But, we're tricking ourselves into feeling productive. Like, oh, I got that done. I'm getting stuff done. But it's not really changing the big things in your life that you want to change. So pick that number one thing, the thing that you think is going to be the most important. Doesn't matter if it's the hardest, the easiest, the quickest, the longest. We're just going to take a bite out of that. And take a bite out of that for January. What steps, what part do you think you can get done in January realistic without making yourself crazy or wanting to give up? That's the plan. Find the one thing, two things if they're easy. Let's make a plan for January. And I will see you tomorrow. And tomorrow starts the first day of getting into that thing.